News, a service of Progressive Windows and Doors. The city of Clinton secures a grant. That's our big story for 7:30. A grant has been approved for the city of Clinton to refurbish the old firehouse, says Mayor David Barong.
Built in about 1930, and it's an outstanding building, huge building, and we've now concretely, through this grant process, it's going to be a welcome center. It'll be a food place, a food source. It's right on Route 66. It's going to be, I think, beautiful outside and certainly inside.
Barong says the city has secured nearly $2 million in grant monies from the Route 66 Committee for projects in the city of Clinton. The Custer County Health Department in Weatherford will be moving to a new location. Kyra Huckabee has more.
Oklahoma State Department of Health Regional Administrative Director for District 1, Ashley Ferguson, presented plans to Custer County Commissioners Monday regarding the upcoming move of the Custer County Health Department's Weatherford location. The health department will be moving into the Jerry and Margaret Hodge Center for Pharmacy and Rural Health, located on the Weatherford campus of Southwestern Oklahoma State University. Ferguson discussed the move.
We feel like moving into this building will create an opportunity to have a new and welcoming environment for the citizens of Weatherford, but Custer County, we also serve other counties that don't have health departments. And we feel like it will increase access, we'll have more visibility in the community, and we feel like we'll probably begin to see our numbers increase in the number of individuals that we serve. Right now, my goal is just to get us up there.
Ferguson says there is no definite move-in date for the department, but technology for the location is planned to be set up the final week of July. She says there will be a brief period where the department will not see clients due to the transition, but is hopeful to begin seeing patients in the Hodge Center the beginning of August. I'm Kyra Huckabee for Right Radio News.
State Representative Anthony Moore reflects on the recently completed legislative session.
There were a lot of good things that got done. You look at the Production Revenue Standards Act, the way that we help strengthen the way royalty owners get paid while giving some protections to oil and gas operators. That's the first time in 20 plus years that I can say that the royalty owners and the Petroleum Alliance were all on the same page. We got everybody to agree and everybody was happy with the result. That's a big one for Western Oklahoma, of course.
Moore discussed another piece of legislation.
The bill that I worked on for the second time that got a veto override this year was an effort to protect victims of domestic violence, which allows prosecutors to use evidence of propensity to cause those type of events, in the past to be used. That's going to strengthen the system to protect those that perpetuate domestic violence and protect the victims of domestic violence. And so I'm really happy about that.
State Representative Moore says he had approximately 27 pieces of legislation that became law this year. More news coming up next.
Progressive Windows and Doors.
Hi, Jeremy here. Although most windows appear to be equal, there are differences in their performance and function that can greatly impact how they protect you and your home. We have engineered our windows to keep out the harshest of elements while maintaining ease of operation. To see for yourself, come visit our plant and showroom. We are located just 2 miles south and 2 miles east of Fairview on the Isabella Blacktop.
German engineered, Oklahoma built.
Oklahoma Attorney General Gentner Drummond recently spoke about his campaign for governor in an interview with Right Radio. Drummond discussed his commitment to the state of Oklahoma.
Only one candidate has fought for his country. I was a fighter pilot for 8 years, fought in the Gulf War, was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross, 3 air medals, 4 aerial achievement medals. So I'm unafraid to fight. Secondly, I'm the only executive officer on the ballot. As your Attorney General, I am the chief legal officer for the state of Oklahoma. I have a vibrant agency underneath me, which is the equivalent of an FBI in the state of Oklahoma, led by the Attorney General. I am all in. 7th-generation Oklahoman. I love my state. I'm 100% committed to Oklahomans.
Several candidates will join Drummond on the Republican primary ballot for the June 16th election. Leadership Weatherford is seeking book donations for their Little Libraries project. Weatherford Economic Development Director Yolanda Croswell highlights the project.
What these are for the Leadership Weatherford project, we have done little libraries that will be located around parks and stuff. Somebody wants a book, they can just grab a book, or if you have a book, you can stick a book in there.
Books can be taken to Bank First in Weatherford. Additionally, the group will add hygiene items in some of the boxes at certain locations around town. Clinton Chamber of Commerce President Julie Caldwell speaks on the upcoming chamber banquet this July.
We're going to go ahead and do our banquet on July the 31st. It's a Friday night, right before August when all the things get going. We will mail invitations in June. We're doing all the decades of Route 66. So we're telling people to wear their favorite decade.
Caldwell says tickets for the event will go on sale in June. Here is state news.
News from the Radio Oklahoma News Network. I'm Ann Roberts. Welcomed rain this morning across central Oklahoma. Nothing severe, but the rain is causing some ponding on the roads and traffic issues in Oklahoma City and power outages because of lightning and high winds. About 1,000 are without power in both Oklahoma and Kay counties this morning. An earthquake this morning in Pottawatomie County. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the quake had a 3.5 magnitude and was centered just 7 miles northeast of Shawnee, but could be felt in surrounding counties. No damage has been reported. The Oklahoma City Thunder's postseason perfect record ended last night. The San Antonio Spurs beat the Thunder 122-115. The game went into 2 overtimes after the Thunder battled back from a very slow start. Tomorrow night's tip-off is set for 7:30. From the Radio Oklahoma News Network, I'm Ann Roberts.
News at 7:30, a service of Progressive Windows and Doors. Coming up next, we'll take a look at local funeral services after this word from Lee Hometown Funeral Home.
When you lose a loved one, it's important to have someone who's compassionate, understanding, and personal. Brandon Lee with Lee's Hometown Funeral Home in Clinton is dedicated to honoring your loved ones with heartfelt service. His goal is to create meaningful tributes that celebrate lives while guiding you with every step of the final process. Whether it's a traditional service, cremation, or pre-planning, if you have already purchased a funeral plan elsewhere, they will honor it as if it was their own. At Lee Hometown Funeral Home, they continue the tradition of caring and personal service. Please visit today to experience the difference.
Funeral services for 87-year-old Debbie Ida Mae McCulloch will be held today at 10 o'clock at the First Christian Church in Hydro. Services under the direction of Lockstone Funeral Home. Funeral services for 79-year-old Harry Noble Starr Jr. will be held today at 11 o'clock at Ray and Martha's Funeral Home in Carnegie. Interment will be held at Saddle Mountain Cemetery in Mountain View. Funeral services for 81-year-old Linda Sue Ray will be held today at 2 o'clock at the Martin Duggar Funeral Home Chapel in Elk City. She owned and operated Susie's Corner in Elk City. Interment will be held at Fairlawn Cemetery in Elk City. Funeral mass for 74-year-old Marilyn Campus will be held Wednesday at 10:30 at St. Matthew Catholic Church in Elk City. Interment will be held at St. Francis Cemetery in Canute. Services under the direction of Winery Funeral Service and Cremation Center in Elk City. Funeral services for 82-year-old Curtis Dean Walker will be held Wednesday at 2 o'clock at the Cumberland Presbyterian Church in Clinton. He worked as a farmer and rancher. Burial will follow at Butler Cemetery. Services under the direction of Lee Hometown Funeral Home. Graveside services for 84-year-old Janetta York will be held Friday at 1:30 at Mountain View Cemetery. Services under the direction of Ray and Martha's Funeral Home in Mountain View. Graveside services for 90-year-old Alexander Johnson Miller will be held Tuesday, June 2nd at Canute Cemetery. He worked in the automotive and appliance repair industries. Services under the direction of Martin Duggar Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Elk City. Today's funeral notices, a service of Brandon Lee at Lee Hometown Funeral Home in Clinton.